Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel Dhyani classes. If you're watching my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever new video will be uploaded. So in today's video we will cover the summary of the poem My Mother at 66, written by Kamla Das from class 12 CBSE. So let's get started. My Mother at 66 is written by Kamla Das and she is an Indian writer. The poem My Mother at 66 is one of the finest examples of human bonding, especially when it comes to mother and daughter. So this poem, she describes the pain of fear of the poet of losing her mother due to harsh reality of life, which is death. So let's understand the summary of the poem My Mother at 66 now. My Mother at 66 is written by Kamla Das. Through the poem, she describes her mother and she is an old woman. She says that she looks very old and weak and there is no energy in her when the poet was returning from her parents' home last Friday morning. She was on the way to the Cochin airport and her mother was sitting at the back seat of the car. So this is very beautiful poem written by Kamla Das. This poem is one of her very famous poem where she describes the complexity of personal relationship and talks about her own experience in the poem and tells us that aging is an inescapable phase of every human's life. While traveling, she noticed her mother, who was sitting with her at the back seat of the car, was sleeping with wide open mouth and her face was looking pale and blurred like her mouth stayed open. Her face looked pale and blurred. It was dim like a broken piece of rock and looked like a dead body. So throughout the poem, she has explained what emotions a daughter feels when she was going to the Cochin airport with her mother, and while looking at her mother, she gets frightened because her mother was sitting with a sleepy face and open-mouthed and comparable to a corpse, that means a dead body. So her mother was looking like a dead body. This very thought disturbed the poet so much that she diverted her mind and looked outside the car. She saw the trees by the roadside which seemed to be running. There were young children running into the playground. All this symbolized life, energy and happiness in contrast to her mother's appearance. So through the poem, the poet brings the image of the merry children, that means happy children, to show the deep contrast between the joy and happiness of life, which can be seen in the children who were playing there, and the passivity of life, which can be felt by looking at the ashen face of the old mother who was old and decaying. As soon as she reaches the Cochin airport, she again looked at her old mother, and her mother was looking very old and dull like a late winter's moon. That means the moon is winter is not shiny, and even her mother's face had also lost her youth and shine. And says the poet remembers her childhood, which as surrounded by the same fear of losing her mother, and thought it may be this is the last time she is seeing her mother alive because she was very old and weak. In the end, she tries to come out of the sadness and smiled at looking her mother, and she wished to see her old Amma once more. The poet wanted to be with her mother again and did not want to lose her. So this is the end of the summary. Let's look at the line by line explanation of the summary by clicking end screen video. I hope you like the video. For more informative videos, do subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever new video will be uploaded. So thank you so much for watching once again. Stay safe, stay healthy.